He was abandoned for being weak, but he is a god who hides his power. Yogiri is a stupid, pathetic loser child, walking in a corridor filled with corpses and bullets flying in all directions. He walks towards a camera and asks where Asako is, his caretaker. He continues walking towards a room, and the door suddenly opens. A woman is wielding a gun as she holds Asako hostage. Asako asks the woman what she wants, but the woman tells her to shut up. The woman tells Yogiri to not move, otherwise she will blast Asako's brains. Suddenly, the woman drops dead to the floor. Asako is confused, but Yogiri simply hugs her and smiles while saying they should return. Suddenly, an older Yogiri is awoken from his sleep by his classmate Tomochika, who seems to be in a panic. He remembers that before taking a nap, they were on a class trip and asked if they already arrived. However, Tomochika tells him to wake up and see what's going on. Yogiri sees several of his classmates, lifeless in their pools of sauce. He notices that one of them is pierced by something strange and asks what it is. He decides to look outside the bus and notices something wrapping around it. To figure it out, he grabs a mic on the floor and throws it. The thing starts moving, and Yogiri realizes that is a huge wyvern. The monster flies up and decides to charge at the bus while preparing to breathe fire. Suddenly, Tomochika hugs him in despair. That moment rewires Yogiri's brain. The sensation of a plot-filled girl holding onto his arm changes his mind, and he tells the wyvern to die. In the next second, the wyvern suddenly collapses onto the floor. Yogiri tells Tomochika that they are safe, but she's confused and asks about what's going on. Yogiri asks Tomochika to tell him what happened. Tomochika reveals their bus was driving casually through the night. However, after passing past a tunnel, they found themselves in this strange field. Everyone was confused. Suddenly, a girl entered the bus and greeted everyone inside. She introduced herself as Sayan, the granddaughter of the great sage. Their teacher got up to complain, but the girl simply popped his head right away. The girl then acted like nothing, telling the kids to calm down and pay attention without doing anything stupid. She then explains she summoned everyone here because she's looking for sage candidates. She casts some magic and several students start glowing. Sion then discloses that she has installed the battle song version in all the luminescent students, and they should observe logos on their screens. Confused, Tomochika asks her friend if she can perceive anything. Using her fingers to touch the air, her friend explains seeing colorful letters indicating status. Sion reveals that this system, called the gift, can only be utilized in this world, and everyone must employ it to become sages within the next month. She warns that failure to do so will result in them becoming livestock for magical energy production. Sion explains their first mission, set to start in an hour, is to escape from an incoming dragon, advising them to avoid immediate elimination. As Sion walks away, the mission details appear on their screens. It turns out their task is to evade the approaching dragon. Yazaki attempts to assume leadership, inquiring about their strengths and weaknesses. While everyone shares their stats, Tomochika notices that she and 3 others didn't glow. As the students disembark from the bus, Yazaki refuses to let the 4 non-glowing students join because of his class designation as the general. Displaying the power of the gift, he breaks bus chairs, asserting his dominance. He explains that despite being level 1, he's stronger than the 4 non-glowing students. Another girl suggests protecting them, but Yazaki unveils a plan, instructing his companion to use her charm ability to attract the dragon, giving the rest a chance to escape. Yazaki locks the door and leaves with the others, leaving the 4 behind. Attempting to open the door, they hear a noise outside. Tomochika suspects a dragon, and suddenly, something crashes against the bus. The girl is taken out, and Tomochika questions if Yogiri did something, but he claims the dragon crashed and died. Realizing 3 of their classmates are flying, Tomochika questions Yogiri's suggestion to kill them. He argues they could be hostile, but she points out the dragon is dead. The surviving guys express disappointment as they wanted to turn Tomochika into a zombie. Tomochika realizes they cannot be friends. One of the guys casts a fireball, narrowly missing Tomochika, and declares his intention to have a fun time with her. Yogiri orders him to die, and the other 2 are shocked to see him randomly collapse. Yogiri warns them not to move, but the necromancer attempts to check on his friend. Yogiri orders him to die as well. Only Fatso remains, and Yogiri warns him that any movement will result in his death. Yogiri instructs Fatso to confirm the demise of the other two. Complying with the order, Fatso, confident in his healing ability, attempts to revive his friends, but they remain lifeless. Expressing dissatisfaction, Fatso accuses Yogiri of going too far. Yogiri defends his actions by revealing his lethal power called Instant Death, a mental death note that enables him to eliminate anyone by mere thought. Fatso concedes defeat and approaches Yogiri, preparing a magical attack. However, Yogiri halts him, revealing his ability to sense hostile intentions. Moreover, he combines this skill with his lethal power. Yogiri decides to spare Fatso but instructs him to wear a slave collar, head to a monster-filled forest, abandon all belongings, and never disclose information about Yogiri and Tomochika. Compliant, Fatso departs, leaving Tomochika to question Yogiri's decision. Yogiri, anticipating betrayal from Fatso, justifies his choice. Tomochika, curious about her own trustworthiness, receives assurance from Yogiri, who confesses that he decided to protect her due to her appealing and well-developed character. Blushing and indignant, Tomochika criticizes men for being predictable.